Hey everyone! So this is my first tutorial and I'm really excited. Today we're going to be making little paper star felt charms. And these guys are so cute. You can make them in any color and any size. I've got a blue one and a white one and a pink one. I've got a couple of other colors sitting around. And so yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. So let's just get started. You're going to need some felt. And this is 8.5 by 1 or 1 by 8.5. And this is a really good length and width. It's basically, it transcends through bigger ones too. So if you want to make a throw pillow like I will, I would use this ratio, 1 and 8.5. So you're going to need that. I'm going to use some stuffing to make my stars extra plush, but as you fold fabric, especially felt, since it's thick, it'll be plush anyway, so stuffing is optional. You're going to need needle and thread, and you're also going to need some scissors. I used a ruler to measure out the fabric, so you can use that too, but let's just get started. So you're going to take both ends of your strip of fabric and you're going to cross them over until you make a bunny. Then you're going to take one of the tabs and cross it over completely, so it's almost wrapping around the other tab, and then you're going to push it through the loop that you've made. And as you can see, there's sort of that general star shape, so keep that shape and just pull the tabs until the tabs are even and it's pretty tight, like this. Don't pull too hard, otherwise you'll just make a knot. Until you have this. Alright, now what you have to do is you got to take one of the tabs, and there's this little slot right here, and you just stick it through the slot and you push it through until you get that. You're going to do the same to the other side, but first, if you want to put stuffing, I would suggest doing that now. So I have some stuffing here. And there's this little pocket right here, and you're just going to put it in the pocket. Okay. You don't have to add too much too, so in fact I'd advise against using too much. Alright. And you're good. And you're just going to slide the tab back into the slot just like the other side. Alright. And you're just going to play around with the shape a bit. Make sure that the corners don't have too big of gaps. Make sure that the felt tabs are kind of straight and flat all the way through. Sometimes they crinkle like this inside the little bridge right here, so just make sure that it's all good there. And you're pretty much done. All you have to do now is sew up the little tabs to the rest of the star, and you're just going to take this tab, sew it to this part, just sort of going across, and at the same time you're going to be sewing up the corners. So just take your needle and thread. And we're going to start here, and there's this little gap, so take your needle, put it into the gap, and pull it out, and sort of push it through until it gets to about here. This way your knot will be invisible, and then you can just stuff the rest of the thread into there, so nothing is showing. Now what you're gonna want to do is stitch back, and when you stitch back, you're going to grab almost all the fabric in this corner, so it's going to go through this, and both of these. So just go around and push it through all the way, and then push it out here. And I'm going to stitch back again to about here, and same thing, just grab all the fabric. But this time, grab this fabric and then just the rest of that. And you're going to push it out to about here. That's good. Awesome. Now you're just going to be stitching this part to this part. You don't have to stitch it to this kind of foldy part. It's not necessary, but if it makes you feel better, then by all means. And once you get to the end, you're going to want to sew off this corner too. So I stopped right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch back, and I'm just going to grab all this fabric around again. So just like kind of go around, grabbing all the fabric and kind of ending up like right about here. Also, oh wait, no, not yet, sorry. Alright, so this part of the stitching is done. So now what you want to do is sort of push the needle through from the top. And there's this loop, so you want to make sure that the needle goes through the loop so it ties off the corner. I'm just going to do it one more time to make sure that it's strong enough. Just push it through the, pull it through the loop again. And now to make sure that the rest of the string that I'm going to cut off isn't really visible, is I'm going to stick it into the corner here. And I'm going to make it come out a random spot, like we'll just go with here. Make sure it's not looped this time. So you're just going to pull it through like that. You're going to take your needles, oops, sorry, that was loud. You're going to cut it off really close to the fabric. And you see it's kind of, sometimes it sticks out a little bit, but all you have to do is just sort of squish your fabric around and you're good. So that side is completely sewn and your corners are sewn up. You're just going to do that exact same thing to this tab. Go all the way around, make sure that you get the corners here. That only leaves this top section open, and if you're going to add, you know, loops or anything like that, I would suggest doing it here because it's the last thing you're going to sew up. And when you're done, you get your little star, and to make the star shape a little bit more defined, you press the sides like this, and that's it. You're done. Alright, thanks guys. Hope you enjoyed.